Hi everyone, my name's Dani Howard and I'm here with my friend Pablo Urbina, and we're really excited to spend a little bit of time with you here today to talk about all things music. So, we are both musicians, but our job is not to play an instrument on stage like many of our friends, in front of lots of people.
Dani is a composer. This is someone who writes the music for everyone else to play. She has to come up with the idea first in her head, what she wants to write for. Then she puts it on a piece of paper and then gives it to all of the other players to perform. She has to decide who she wants to play, what she wants to write about it, and then, after all of us have practiced the music that she has created, you all get to listen and to enjoy it.
And Pablo is a conductor, but not the conductor of a bus or a train. He's a different kind of conductor. He's the person you might have seen sometimes in front of the orchestra with a funny wand-like stick, which we call a baton. And he stands in front of the players waving his arms. Now, there's a little bit more to it than just waving your arms. The conductor is responsible for making sure that everyone is playing together and keeping everybody in time. And also he's responsible for shaping the music, deciding when the music is big and strong, and deciding when it's quiet or delicate. And he shows all of this information to the musicians on stage, all with just his arms.
So, our plan for today is that alongside some really fun activities, we will be talking to you about some of the things that Dani as a composer or myself as a conductor do every day. And by the end of this video, I promise you, we will have you all conducting an orchestra with me.
Before we continue, we'd like you to pause this video in a second just so you can go and get a few objects from around your house which will help you understand better what we're going to do today, and so we can have a lot more fun. For this video, you will need, firstly, a chopstick, or if you don't have a chopstick at home for eating noodles, you can use a straw or a long pencil or a pen or anything that's similar to the shape of a conductor's baton.
Next, you will need a pot or a pan from your kitchen. Lastly, you will need a big wooden spoon or something to hit the pots and pans with.
So pause the video now and go and collect these 3 items.
Okay, now we are back with all of our items, so we can get started. But first, let's put them all down for now. So Dani, can you tell us a little bit about what a composer does?
So, to begin with, when I start composing a piece, I always like the piece of music to be about something. Either a story, or maybe an animal, or maybe the sound of a place that I visited. Just something. It needs to be about something. So, for example, if I would like to compose a piece about birds, Pablo, what kind of sounds do you think come to mind?
I don't know, maybe something like
pew, 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 pew. Yeah, I agree. High-pitched sounds like a bird. What about a whistle?
Maybe like
I think that's even better. Can you have a try at making a sound like a bird? When I was thinking about this, I noticed that these bird sounds that I was thinking of and whistling were very high because the birds are up in the sky. So I thought they were high-pitched, like on the piano here. They were very high, they weren't low. And they're not too loud. They're lots of short sounds because birds are beautiful little creatures. So, I thought I wouldn't use any big instruments like the tuba and the double bass. I wanted to use some small instruments like the flute or the violin for the birds. This is a piece for orchestra that I composed recently about nature. And here I'm going to play you a little section from the piece. And this section is all about the birds talking to each other. So see if you can listen out for that.
And here is another piece of Dani's where you will see me conducting. This piece is also about birds, but in this case it sounds completely different.
Another animal that I have written about is the blue whale, one of the biggest animals on Earth. This, to me, was almost the opposite of the birds. I decided to use the biggest instruments in the orchestra because of the size of the blue whale. So I decided to use the tuba and the double bass. But we also hear trombones and the big bass drum all playing together. And these instruments play very low and slow melodies.
While you're listening to this, see if you can imagine the big whale at the beginning, the struggle, and then the time he joins his family and all the other little animals that come together at the end of the piece, where everyone is happy.
So now I think it's time to talk a little bit about conducting.
Conducting is all about showing the players in front of you how they need to play, whether it is really loud or super soft, whether it's really fast or really slow. Of course they know how to play together, but our job is to help them understand better the music that composers have written. So for example, if we pick up one of our pots and pans, and you can all do this at home, if I put my arm right here and I try to show something really soft, or really loud, now it is your turn to try. Are we ready? Very soft. Very loud. This time, I'm not going to tell you what to do, and you have to decide for yourself. Ready? Very good, well done. The great thing about conducting is that you can do it anytime. All you need is someone else to play with you. Now, before we continue, let's put again our pot and pan or a wooden stick down. Okay, I would like now to go back and learn a little bit more about composers. Composers don't always write music for a big orchestra with a conductor like myself at the front. Sometimes they write music for just one instrument, and other times for 2, 3, 4, and so on. The next piece of music we're going to listen to is about being under the water, and it is nice and slow.
The next piece is also about water, but it's very, very different. It's about looking out into the ocean. When you look out into the ocean during the sunset, it looks so peaceful and the world just looks so big. But at the same time, you know that there are 1,000 little fish under the water swimming about. So I'd like you to close your eyes and imagine looking out into the ocean, but also thinking about all those little fish swimming about. So, as you can hear, music is just unlimited with the different sounds that we can create. There are over 1 million ways to write music about water, or about anything else.
Maybe at the end of this video, you can have a think about your favorite thing. That could be dogs, ballerinas, airplanes, or anything you like. Have a go at how you could turn that into music. You don't even need an instrument. You can make sounds with your mouth. You can find objects around the house and try to make sounds with them. Anything goes. So have a go at the end of this video.
So Pablo, I think it would be really great if you can now show our friends how exactly you move your arms when you conduct.
Absolutely, Dani. So first, I would like all of you to pick up your chopsticks, your straw, your pencil, whatever it is that you have taken to conduct. The first thing I want to show you is to conduct in 2. This type of conducting we will use if we are doing a march, like a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, or anything similar. All I want you to do now is put your arms out. You can have both of them or just one, whatever you prefer. and simply mirror what I do. Ready? And 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Well done, that's great. 1, 2, 1, 2. If you want, you can get this hand out as well, your left hand, and you can try to move it around. Good. You're natural conductors, well done. Fantastic. Now, I would like to show you how to conduct in 3. This is something that we would use sometimes, for example, if we want to conduct a waltz. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or anything similar. Are we ready? Arms out and mirror me. Down, right, up. Down, right, up. 1, 2, 3. 1, very good. 2, 3. Down, right, up. Down, right, up. Fantastic. And lastly, and as promised, we are going to conduct an orchestra together. But first, I think I should get into my concert clothes, don't you think? Much better. Now, we are ready for our final performance. First, I'd like you to make sure that you're standing up nice and straight. If you would like to follow me now, we are keeping the beat in 1. This means that we're moving our arms up and down. Well done. Now, continue to follow me. We will together conduct the end of one of Dani's great pieces, called Argentum. Ready? And good! Keep it up. Look at the brass over there. Always keep it up and down. Good. Now look at violins. Good, fantastic. Look at everyone in the orchestra. And again, trombone. Very good, you're doing great. Keep it up. At the end, ready? Hold it. Close. Fantastic, well done.
Give yourselves a big round of applause. I'm sure that was the first time you've conducted an orchestra before, so thank you so much, Pablo, and thank you for spending this time with us watching this video. See you soon.